Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Mike and Tony. You remember Tony? He's my guy. He was selling artwork out of his pickup truck over in front of Aldi's in the shopping center in Perry Hall, where Looney's is and Wendy's and all that stuff. So my intern actually found him at Gardo, and then he wound up putting him in touch with me. Wasn't really sure what we were going to do, but we were able to help him with the help of my friend James Allen. He has a sober living home, and we were able to get Tony to be able to live in the sober living home. And what we did was Right Way Outreach Ministries. What we did was we provided funding for Tony for the first month, for the first 30 days of him living in the house. It's like $175 a week, so we needed to cut a check for like $700 to kind of get him off the streets and into a house. So that was step one, right? So we got him in the house, and what's it been like living in the house versus living in the truck, man? What's like the just so people know like what the difference is.
You didn't mention. I mean, granted, I was at Audi's, but I was homeless.
Right.
I was living out of my truck with my dog in the truck.
Pickup truck, not like a van. This was like a regular old pickup truck.
Right. So, just him and I in the front and passenger seat, and we slept there and did everything there, and I was completely homeless. I won't say hopeless because I have faith and, Christ.
Yeah, amen,
so,
right.
I wasn't hopeless, but I was in a bad situation,
right.
Just a really bad situation.
Right.
And I met Mike's intern, and like Mike was saying, I was selling paintings off the tailgate of my pickup truck to basically get some income coming in to provide for me and
Tony's a very talented artist. He just sold some paintings at a fundraiser event that we did. He's going to be at our fundraiser event on Friday night, November 7th at Dejan Vineyards for anybody who wants to come. He's going to have some artwork there as well, but I actually got a piece. He gifted me a piece, and I hung it in my house. I mean, it's really good. I got a little corner in my house where I have local artists' paintings and stuff, and I put him right up in there. So you're selling paintings, and then so then you get to the house, and so what do you think? Like, what do you think of the house? The way it's set up.
The house is gorgeous. I mean, it's gorgeous.
Right. Fully renovated. Yeah,
completely renovated. It's like a 5-star hotel. It's just it's furnished beautifully.
You got a washer and dryer there to do laundry.
Dryer. Yeah, I mean,
take showers in the bathroom
right.
Whenever you want. Right.
Yeah,
whenever you want.
Yeah, don't have to hit the gym.
Gotta
rely on getting.
Yeah, because you were going to like local gyms to take showers, right?
So, Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness,
yeah.
Right? So we So in the other areas of the home, it is like a shared kind of living where like other people live in the home with you, right?
Yes, but
you have like a house manager, and
right.
then James actually lives there too.
He does,
and then some other people live in the house with you guys.
Right.
So, but y'all get along, watch TV, do stuff together, right?
Yeah,
everybody tries to work.
We'll have dinner together, and things like that. The guys that are there now are great guys.
Right.
The house manager is a great guy. We have another guy there named Jonathan. Again, great guy. And of course, James. James is a great man as well.
And he's got room for some more people. There's some empty bedrooms, so we're looking for some more people.
There's at least 5, anywhere to 5 to 7 more.
5 to 7 more. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah,
places available for people.
Well, that's
so
good to know.
If anybody knows someone that's
that's either homeless or coming out of like rehab that has no place to go. We're raising some serious money here at Right Way Outreach Ministries. We're having a big fundraiser on November 7th. I just talked to a guy this morning. This guy, Jimmy, who owns Blue Water Properties. He's a rehabber, a house investor, who's actually going to make a really big contribution to us probably within the next week, several $1,000s, which is just great. So we're going to be able to help a lot more people than just one. So, as the money comes in, God's trusting us to do things the right way with it. So that's what we're going to be doing, is helping more people like Tony out. So then we had the problem. Well, how are you going to pay next month's rent, right? I mean, you got to get a job, right? So he's been trying. He's been putting in applications. He's been trying everywhere. And what's so funny is Edgardo, my intern from Perry High School, he was working at Chuck E. Cheese, and I said, man, why don't you get a job at like a local restaurant, like over in the Avenue of White Marsh, and make some real money, busting tables or something, because you'll be 18 soon. You can wait tables and serve drinks at 18. You can serve, but you can't pour till you're 21. So, so he's like, well, man, I tried, but I can't. Nobody will hire me over here. So I said, look, man, no problem, dude. I said, let me pick up the phone. I'll call my buddy Bill Blocker over at Red Brick Station to see if he'll hire you. So I had a conversation with Bill, and Bill, he was actually my employer, one of the best bosses I ever had. So I talked to him and explained the situation. He's like, man, tell him, call me, I'll hire him. So Edgardo got a job at Red Brick, and Tony was said he had some restaurant experience, some cooking experience, some seafood department experience at grocery stores and other things. And we're just trying to get him a decent job where he can make enough money to pay the rent to James and still have some money for, gas and food. And we got a whole story about the gas too. But, it's just the way it works, the way it works. And when it rains, it pours. Yeah. Just like today, it's raining, Yeah. But it's over now. So, but, so anyway, long story short, I thought, why not try to call Bill again and say, hey, man, look, I got this guy, Tony, who needs a job. But he's, instead of a busboy, he's actually like a cook. It turned out Bill was actually looking for some people in the kitchen to help out. And so he offered Tony a job, and you've been working at Red Brick Station, right? At White Marsh now? Yeah. And cooking over there, right?
Yeah. It's awesome, man.
Yeah, you like it over there, like the people over there?
The people are great. Mm-hmm. The whole staff is great. Bill's an awesome guy. I think you know that. Bill's a very awesome guy. I sat down with him. Mike called him. And set up basically a phone interview with me and Bill. Bill asked me to come in, Bill being the owner of Red Brick Station, asked me to come in, sit down, have a talk with him. I did, and he introduced me to the kitchen manager, the chef, if you will, at that time. And they hired me right on the spot.
Awesome, man, awesome. So he's been working there, and then... Yeah, and he calls me yesterday, and he's like, Mike, I got another problem. He's like, I don't really have a lot of money, and I get paid like next week. And I happen to be going to Vegas, so I have a little extra cash. So I was like, no problem. I'll hook you up, give you a little bit just to get you through to Wednesday. Because, again, we got donations coming in. Now today, truth be told, the money came out of my own pocket, not from nonprofit organization. But, hey, got to do what you got to do to help people out. So it gets even better. Tony's on the way here. I'm like, it's supposed to be here at 11 o'clock. I'm like, it's 11:15. It's 11:20. I'm like, where's he at? And I know he wants to come here because I'm giving him money. So, and, I get a phone call that he ran out of gas, right? He ran out of gas on Bel Air Road. Yeah. So I had to go, trying to get here. So I had to go pick him up and took him to the gas station. We got him some gas. And luckily, because he used to do landscaping, he had a gas can in the back of his pickup truck. So he just took that, filled it up, and was able to kind of get on his way and come down to the office. So, so that's kind of all we wanted to do today, is just give you an update on Tony's situation, let you know he's doing very well. James told me he's like a ideal model tenant. He loves having him at the house. Yeah. He said he helps out and everything, gets along with everybody. And, Bill seems to like him over at Red Brick, so he's doing really well there. So, next step, I don't know what the next step is. I think we're going to, kind of see how this goes, try to help Tony maybe manage his money a little bit better so he doesn't run out of money, and budget for things like gas and bills and expenses and cell phone bills and all that kind of stuff. And then, have maybe talk to somebody from DSS or something, if somebody can point me in the right direction on where I should talk to whoever about trying to get him, some do you already have SNAP assistance with food stamps? You do. Listen, but that got cut off with the government shutdown, right? Yeah. So you guys don't have your food stuff going right now. So So the government shutdown is affecting people like Tony, right? People are trying to get ahead. People who actually need help, they need assistance. There's real people out here that actually need food. He provides for the house with these cards. He helps everybody out there. So he's being blessed, and he's a blessing to other people. It's kind of what we all do here. But so we need that to get funded, for that. But I also want to work on trying to get him like housing vouchers for Section 8 so that when he's ready, he can make the move from the sober living house where he's with James and sharing the whole house with everybody and not really having his own place and like being able to just go home and just have peace and quiet. He's got to deal with other people and whatever they got going on, which, the more people that are in the house, there's a chance something's going to be going on. So, it's hard to get peace and quiet. So we're trying to get him like housing vouchers on Section 8 to get him into his own apartment. We're going to try to figure that out, see how long the wait list is for that. We'll do an updated video once we figure that out so everybody knows kind of the process with that. And the big end goal here, is going to be if we can get him on the vouchers, he can put some money away. Then we can get him talking to a loan officer, figure out where his credit score is, what he needs to do to improve things, and kind of get where he needs to get to in order to be approved for a loan for a house. And then what we can do is try to get him a grant program where we can get him like $20,000 in FHLB grant funds or MMP funds or seller contribution help from sellers, and put him in a house for literally like $1,000 out of his pocket, where he can actually become a homeowner and be somebody who actually owns a house. So, in essence, what we're doing here is we're taking Tony from living in a pickup truck with his dog, selling artwork at a grocery store parking lot in Perry Hall, and we're going to be eventually putting him into his own house and turning him into a homeowner, because I got some people that I know since I'm in real estate that can make things happen and get some free money and free programs and stuff that he's going to qualify for to get the funds necessary to do that and turn him into a homeowner, right? So that's what we're doing here at Right Way Outreach Ministries. We're literally not just helping people off the street. We're helping them repair their lives, helping them get jobs, helping them, fix their credit issues, helping them get approved for loans, putting them in houses like this. We're taking homeless people and putting them in houses. Like, you don't get better than that, right? And there's a lot of other people out there who are struggling, just like Tony, that we're here to help. This is what we do as an organization. We're here to help. And I just want to reiterate, with our organization, how we operate is we do not have anyone who gets paid a salary. We don't have administrative staff. We don't have support staff. We don't have pension plans. We don't have health insurance. We don't have pastors that we have to pay. We don't have a building. We don't have electric bills. We don't have insurance that we have to worry about yet. Maybe eventually we're going to get there. I don't know. But right now we have very, very minimal expenses other than marketing and promotional expenses and legal expenses for our attorney to make sure we're doing everything legit. And I'm going to have an accountant soon that I'm going to have an expense for too, for doing tax returns and things. But for now, they're very minimal expenses, which means when you donate to Right Way Outreach Ministries, your money is literally coming right in and it's going right out to people like Tony. This is what's happening, is we're able to help people in our own local community. Tony's right here in Perry Hall, but we got people in Aberdeen, we got people in Baltimore, we got people all on the northeast side in Baltimore County and Essex, Middle River, Dundalk,
Towson.
Towson, drive down, get off the Laney Valley Road. I saw a guy, with a sign up, needs money, whatever. We're approaching them and we're talking to them and we're seeing if they're interested in what we have to offer. And we're trying to really just help these people out that you see out there who, got the little signs and say they want to change their lives. Nobody wakes up and says, let me go find a piece of cardboard and write on a sign that I need cash, And luckily Tony didn't have to do that because he's an artist. and he was able to take a talent that he has and turn it into at least making some kind of money where he could go to McDonald's and get a cheeseburger. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean, that's what he's trying to do. And then, have some kind of a membership at a gym where he can go take a shower, so for 10, 15 bucks a month or whatever, but still, I mean, life's not free, and people have expenses and they need help. And, this is the way that we can start to address the homeless problem that really plagues our areas, that a lot of people don't pay attention to and don't recognize. I mean, they just don't. Like, they don't know who's homeless when you're out on the street.
And I think people don't realize that there are homeless people like right in your neighborhood.
Right.
They might not be displaying it that they're homeless or that they're in need of help, financially or whatever it may be, but they might be sitting on an eviction notice and they're days away from losing their home. And these are your neighbors, these are people in your community. I went to Perry Hall High School. I grew up in this area, and it wasn't until I met Mike and Right Way Ministries has completely changed my life. Completely took me from literally homeless, no place to go, wondering where I'm going to get, my next dollar to feed me and the dog, to living in this beautiful home, paying for my first month's rent. And this is available to other people, other homeless people, other people coming out of jail, other people coming out of rehabs. Like, this is
as we raise more money from our fundraisers, the more money we get, the more people we can help.
And it's an amazing gift. Again, I can't reiterate enough. If you know somebody, if you know somebody, or if you see that guy on the corner every morning driving to work, holding a sign, just stop, ask them some questions and maybe direct them this way.
Right. I mean, there are people just like me and you, and I've said this before, they've made a couple more bad decisions financially, whatever, or life has just happened to them and things have not turned out the way they planned. Businesses have failed, investment opportunities have not worked out, and the next thing you know, we can't pay our mortgage. The next thing you know, the bank's coming saying we want your house, and the next thing you know, all they got's a car, and the only option they have is to live in a car or out of a motel or something like that until they run out of money. And then what happens, right? When you run out of money, then life ain't funny, right? Now you're living in the car, and then what happens when you run out of money there? You lose the car. Then what happens, right? So it's a progression here, but. It's very difficult to pick yourself up when you're living on the street, to be able to put yourself together enough to be able to put a game face on, to be able to go to work. I know a lady who does it. I know a lady who lives in a van, and she lives in this van and she goes to work every day, and nobody at her job knows that she's homeless, and she showers at the gyms, and and people just don't know. But I mean, what a life! What a life! We'd love to be able to help her and help other people like her out, to get them into a place where they could at least have a group type of experience, and eventually have their own experience through the voucher program, through Section 8 or some other housing program, through the county, the city, the state, whatever, that we can have them help and assist with. So, if you're finding it in your heart that this is what you would like to do, and you'd like to help these people. We are looking for volunteers every once in a while at our fundraising events that we do, which we do several per year. But, we're also looking for donations, and seriously, like no donation is too little. I mean, even $5, we have a GoFundMe page set up. Our goal is to try to get $50,000 by the end of this year. And I think on GoFundMe, we're somewhere around $5,000. So we're not really where we want to be yet. But I do have other donations that have come in directly to us that we've put in the bank account. So I think total we're somewhere around $8,000 or $9,000 that we've got so far. But, we really want to get more. We want to be able to help more people. I want to be able to take people out to dinner like I did a couple weeks ago. I was at Ocean City for the Realtor Conference, and I went down to the boardwalk and, met a guy down there who was homeless, but he was hungry, needed something to eat. He was like 70-some years old, and I had a little wheelchair, had his little portable speaker. It's like, I can't necessarily put him in a house, but I can give him a meal. So, I went to take him to dinner. He showed me a church down there. I did a post on my Facebook page about it, just to show people where it is in case they want to contribute to this church. But this church apparently gives like free. It's right there. I mean, you're on vacation in Ocean City in the inlet, walking around. It's like literally right there on either Dorchester or Talbot or one of those streets. It's right there. It's a little church right by the inlet, by the rides down there. And they give free meals, I think, on Thursday evenings. They give out free dinner, and they have men's Bible groups and women's Bible groups during the week. And then they do services on Saturday and Sunday as well. So, if you're looking for a good church in Ocean City while you're down there on vacation, go check them out. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but anyway, as we were going to dinner, we found two more guys that were sitting at a bus stop, and two more. They were these big black guys. One was a real big guy, bigger than me, man. I was like, wow, you're big, dude. And so we went to no other place than Fat Daddy's. Right, when you're hungry, you got to go to Fat Daddy's. So we got them these nice big Fat Daddy subs, and I was able to pull out my debit card for Right Way Outreach Ministries and pay for the meal on the card. So like that, because we had money come in from sponsors and donations come in from people and families and individuals, and that's where your money's going. This is what we're doing. We're helping these people out, whether it's somebody like Tony who needs a house to live in. We're able to finance, part of that and get him in there and give out like a scholarship, kind of thing, free grant, whatever you want to call it, like first month's free rent, whatever. But we do, all we ask for is that people want to make a change, right? They got to want to make a change. We partner with Sober Living because being sober is important. It's a very important component of this, is not being an active alcoholic, drug addict. You got to be going to treatment groups. You got to be going to recovery groups. There's a lot of great recovery groups out there. Celebrate Recovery is one of them. I'm actually going to a new church, Celebrate Recovery group tonight up in Bel Air at Mount Zion Church. Because Celebrate Recovery is not just for drugs and alcohol. It's for hurts, habits, and hang-ups. So it's for people with anxiety, people with depression, people with all kinds of. I mean, everybody's got something, right? Everybody's got some kind of issue.
I was just at a CR meeting. What's today? Thursday.
Thursday. Mm-hmm.
So Tuesday night.
Tuesday
in White Marsh.
Oh, okay.
At a church called Echo.
Echo. Okay.
And that's 7 to 9.
Okay.
Great meeting.
Did you guys go? Did James go with you, or anybody go with you? Or
no, it's my friend Mike.
Oh, your friend
that
Mike.
I met at Audi's selling paintings.
Okay, gotcha.
And I just wanted to throw in there that I was surely one of those people that looked at homeless people and said that would never happen to me.
Right.
I could never get down to that point, but I did.
Right.
And things happen. And, thanks to God and thanks to Right Way, I was able to find a way out of that situation.
Right.
And it's real. These guys helped me when I needed it, and there was no one else, basically handing out this type of help, So
they don't. They want to, the churches want to give you a can of soup and say, here's a dinner, and here's a shirt, and here's a jacket. Come see us next week for a free meal, right? Like, that's great. I mean, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying, but I'm saying it's not enough is what I'm saying. Like, they're not doing enough, for people here. And that's why we created Right Way Outreach Ministries, is because we're doing what Jesus wants us to do, which is helping people change their lives and giving them a shot at bettering themselves. And, it is a partnership. We're not just giving Tony $10,000 and saying, go enjoy yourself for 6 months.
Right.
That's not what we're doing. We're actively involved with him. He calls me, he texts me.
Yep.
He works with me. He ran out of gas today. Needed me to come get him pick him up and take him to get gas or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that, and stuff
We're
happens,
friends.
right? Right. We're friends, and he's starting to help out now with donating some of his time for volunteering with some of our activities that we do. Like I said, the next big one is our fundraiser. We have, we got literally about 25 tickets left. And then we're going to be completely sold out. When I first planned it for last August, things just weren't coming together. And I was just like, now's not the right time. And I bumped it to November. We thought about fall. And I literally just put it up in God's hands. I just created the event. I said, show me people, bring me people, whatever. And we've been promoting it a little bit. But it's it's grassroots. And, we're going to have a great rock band there. If you guys like 80s and 90s rock music, you're definitely going to want to come to this event because it's going to be jamming like the whole 3 hours. They're going to be playing. I already talked to them. They're like, we don't even need to take a break. They're really good. So it's Mike Booz. For those of you who know who he is, his friend Brian Peacock. A lot of people down in the Middle River, Essex, and Dundalk area know who he is. He's been around a long time. These guys are lifelong cover band musicians and really, really good players. He's got a drummer coming. Yeah, it's gonna be great. So it's free and it's free. We're paying. Right Way Outreach Ministries is paying for everybody to get 2 glasses of wine, a free Mission Barbecue meal and dinner, and have a nice night of live entertainment with a live rock cover band. You can't beat it. I mean, what else are you doing on Friday night, November 7th from 6 to 9? It's at a local winery. It's a private event, and unfortunately, we only have 200 spots. So, get your tickets before they're gone. We're going to put that down in the Facebook post, and we're going to put that in the YouTube video description, along with a link. If you can't make it for whatever reason, but you feel like you would like to make a donation to our organization, just want to remind you, we are 100% fully tax approved charity organization, and I have our EIN number. I'll try to put that somewhere on here so you guys can write that off as a tax charity contribution for your income taxes. Come on. I mean,
so worth it.
This is what we're helping local people, right here in Baltimore, Harford County, really change their lives. We're doing one person at a time, and I'm meeting with them right now. Eventually I'm going to need help. I'm going to need people to help me meet these people and get them into different places. And James has some aspirations of eventually opening up a women's facility where we can help women in recovery and females who are going through problems like this too. So he's also in the process of getting fully licensed through the state, so he can accept insurance payments through the state of Maryland for rent as well, to help these people so they don't have to foot their own rent to him every month, and try to help them get restarted and get a leg up again. And make some money and be able to bank away some money. And then, like I said, eventually get on to a Section 8 voucher type program, get your own apartment, and eventually get into a house, or go back and live with your family or whatever. So a lot of people don't understand that, addicts and stuff, a lot of times it's not one time to rehab. A lot of times it's a whole bunch of times to rehab. And a lot of these people's families are fed up with their shenanigans, and they do not and will not accept them coming back to live with them, and they have no place to go. They literally go to rehab and they have no clue where they're going after they get out of rehab. So we want to be kind of like a conduit to be able to provide an opportunity for people. Again, this is not for every single person. This is for people who actually want to change. These are for people who want to better themselves. It is going to take work. You are going to have to get a job. You are going to have to meet with us. We are going to have to talk about Jesus a little bit, because he's a little bit. He's a big part of our organization, but he should be a big part of your life, and that's where all this comes from. This whole thing, was created from Jesus, from saving
Amen.
me. If he didn't save me, I'd be dead right now.
Yeah.
And none of this would even happen. So
Yep.
he had bigger plans, and I'm glad he did. I'm having a blast doing it. So it's great to help people and just and just look at people differently than I used to. I used to be one of those guys that would drive down the street. Wow, I'm not giving him any money. He's just going to go buy some booze and get drunk tonight. And no, I'm not everybody's like that. So I think, the whole point of this is just to kind of open your eyes and see that, not everybody is, who the stereotype says that they are,
Right.
And people can turn their lives around and with some help and with some support. And it's not a lot, there's like $700 and like another 100 today for gas and to get him by until he gets paid. So $800, you know what I mean? And he's gonna change his whole life for $800 and a couple little friendly nudges in the right direction, couple little favors, couple little phone calls, a couple little, can you hire this guy and can you let him stay at your place kind of thing. But it all works itself out. So I'm happy that things are going well. And we'll be back reporting another update from Tony once we, maybe get him into his own kind of apartment or something like that. But for now, he's just going to bank what he can bank and live the way he wants to live and help other people who are coming into his own house and help get them jobs too. I mean, there might be people that need work and maybe Bill will hire them too. Who knows? Take them to work with him or whatever. So. You never know how God's going to work. You never know how he's going to tug at you. But, you watching this video, you have an opportunity to help us, right? And the way you can do that is donate, just donate. It's not hard, just go to GoFundMe. You just donate. Like I said, even if it's $5, every dollar helps us be able to help other people. So, I just want to say thank you to everybody who has donated to us. Thank you to everybody who's registered for the event on November 7th that's coming out to support us. And I just look forward to that. And we'll be, talking about more events coming in the future. This will probably be our last big one for the year. So we'll probably kind of wind down for the holidays around Thanksgiving and Christmas. And then start something else after the first of the year and start the year strong with a big, nice fundraiser, doing something fun. We got a lot of different things planned that we're going to be doing, so you'll be seeing us a lot. So thanks for, taking time out of your day. I know it's 33 minutes of your time, but I want you to know this too. This is big, a big announcement. We just got approved to be a partner with YouTube. And we are fully monetized now, which means that you, just by watching this video, helped us make some money for Right Way Outreach Ministries. Amen. Because I'm donating 100% of everything that comes in from YouTube, from this, and from my real estate videos that I do too, because I get a lot of views on those. All that money is going to come right into Right Way Outreach Ministries as well, right to our bank account. So just want to say again, I know it's 34 minutes of your time that you've taken to kind of get this far in the program, but thank you. Every minute counts, every watch time hour counts. Thank you for watching through the ads. I'm sorry we had to put ads, but that's part of being monetized. So, but thanks again for just, letting us help other people and supporting us and supporting our mission. And hopefully some of you saw this today and you're going to step up and support us as well. Like I said, the link is going to be in the description on YouTube. Also, I would highly recommend that you subscribe to our channel. It is free. We are not charging for subscribers yet. I'm trying to figure that out. I might make it so that you can pay for a subscription if you want, but you're not gonna have to get any content or anything like that. That would just be to help us, even if it's like 99 cents a month or something like that. Just get our videos and updates and things like that. So, but thank you. Subscribe, share this. Share this with your friends, with your family. Share it with the local news channels. We're trying to get somebody to do a story about what we're doing. This would make for a great positive news story for the Baltimore area, for any of the news stations, Channel 13, Channel 11, Channel 2, Fox 45, all of them, man. Anybody wants a story, Tony and I are willing to sit down. We're willing to do an interview. We're willing to talk to whoever wants to kind of be a part of what we're doing. And who knows, maybe Tony will stop working at Red Brick and start working for Right Way Outreach Ministries, and we'll just start paying him, and he'll be one of our first people that works for us. I don't know. I mean, you just don't know what's going to happen. You just don't know what's going to happen. So, anyway, God bless each and every one of you. Thanks for taking time to watch this video. Thanks for helping us out. Thanks for your support.
Thank you, guys.
And we hope to see you at the event. And if we don't, we'll see you at future events. So thanks again. Thank you, Tony, for coming in today, stopping by to do a video with us.
Of course.
And I'm glad to hear everything's going well for you, man.
Very well. Thank you.
And thanks for the painting, man. I really enjoyed looking at it when I walk past my family room.
That's
every
why
day.
I don't.
I get right to the office.
I want
get
people to look at them and just feel happy.
And Tony will have his paintings, like I said before. He will have some paintings at the event, so they're going to be available for purchase. And all that money is not going to go to Right Way. That's going to go right to Tony. So bring some cash with you. I think he can do Cash App or whatever as well. So we'll figure all that out. But he's going to bring some paintings.
They're all original.
Yeah, all original. And he signed all of them.
Never going to be another one.
Names all of them. It gives them names and everything. It's just like a regular, local artist does. Tony has got a very good talent for artwork. So, but again, thanks again for watching. And that's going to be it for this. Take care. See you. God bless.